Welcome back to Redheads. Still your number one Liverpool-based, West Coast-based, Liverpool-focused footy podcast. Ignore the little hubbub there. I'm your host, James Morris. I'm joined, I'm happy to say, by my co-pilot, my co-conspirator, my co-producer, my co-host, Ian Locke. Ian, how you doing?
James, what is going on?
You know, too much is going on, which we're about to get into. First, the news just dropped today that a second club legend has hit the exit button. Andy Ramo has just released a video that it's also his last.
Man.
It's his last season at Liverpool. 9 years, the same as Mo. You know, I'm not sure if Puxatani Phil saw his shadow, but it feels like Groundhog Day, where we got a demoralizing loss and then an even more depressing post that comes
calling it
2
quits
days after. Yep. People are ready to go. So we'll talk Robbo. We'll talk City shortly, just how as it relates to the PSG game. We'll break into that PSG game as little as possible because damn, was it a long 90 minutes. It was a long 90 minutes. And then we'll talk Fulham and we'll talk Slot. And, you know, that's an episode right there.
Where we go from here.
That's exactly what I wrote down.
It really does feel, I mean, like, you and I are not, we're not
happy.
On the, well, yeah, we're definitely happy, but we're not on the ground floor, you know? I feel like the scuttlebutt with a lot of Liverpool fans in Liverpool are like kind of the world is falling apart. It's very interesting to hear their perspective. But, you know, it's just as bad as it is for us here, you know? We're having a horrible time.
Well, we're not being hit by the the pound increase on the tickets.
Right.
Yes. So it is a little bit worse over there.
But we got to wake up at 4:30 a.m. Like, these are things that, you know, we have our own cross to bear.
I'd rather spend the pound. I agree.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So let's talk Robbo. I mean, this is, it's odd for me because it's sort of at points less and more sad than the Mo announcement. You know, Robbo, club legend, certainly, and arguably Premier League legend too. I mean, we'll get into that, but doesn't have the same impact as a Mo Salah does.
He doesn't have the numbers, but like the emotion, the soul, like truly you could argue he was the heartbeat of that team for like the number of years where we were basically one of the best teams in the world, you know, like he was our starting left back, and he was our flying fullback, and I think he was a player like a lot of people were able to grasp onto because he came up from Dundee. We signed him from a relegated Hull. He was, you know, a working class player. There's that famous tweet where it just, what does it say? Like having no money sucks or something.
Right, being this old and no money blows, something like that. Yeah. And he was like 24 or 23.
Yeah, he was just you know, someone that you could have
Liverpool.
A beer with, but super down to earth. But like, yeah, man, like this is just, it's very, very strange time right now. Like like you said, we're losing essentially two legends in Mo Salah and Robertson. And I would say like Robertson was definitely like the graft, you know, he was like he was the man.
He was the man. Yeah, you know, I think that he was really the quintessential Klopp player and typified that era, which we talked about that era. I mean, of course, the era ended when Klopp left, but, you know, the last vestiges are sort of drifting away on a summer breeze. But Robbo, I like to think of him as Hendo, but like you put it best, you could get a beer with him. It's like Hendo, but fun.
Maybe like not boring.
Right. Because he was quality on the ball, certainly, but so, like you said, so much graft. You know, there's everyone knows this moment, but that famous like 88th minute press he did against City, where he's tracking from left back all the way across to their left back situation. I mean, it must be 130-yard sprint.
I mean, for me, my favorite moment is nothing. I mean, it's him shoving Messi's head down in the Champions League game.
That's a great call too.
Like Messi's just on the floor calling for a foul, and you just see Robertson like basically shoving his head down, like his neck, pretty aggressively. But it was just, he was just he was a dog, man. I like truly. I don't want to get like too this is bad, but this is kind of like I'm a little bit nervous that we don't have any. It doesn't seem like there's anyone on the team going into next year that, for lack of a better phrase, has that dog in them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
That
mean,
fight.
for a long time we had the line that went like from Milner through Hendo down to Robertson.
Yeah. You could
Um,
throw Genie in there too. Like just
yeah,
these
you could.
players that would just are all battle.
And Mane. You could throw
And
Mane
Mane,
talking
for
about the
sure.
front line. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
really just that left side, Mane, Genie,
Yeah.
and then Robertson. Like, damn, that was something to behold for
Mm-hmm.
5 years.
Yeah, and I wonder if we're also just reminiscing so hard because for the past 3 games our team has just been dog walked. But no, dude, I'm bummed. I know he's not retiring, right? This is just him calling it quits for Liverpool. Who knows? I wonder if he goes back to Scotland. That would be interesting. I feel like a lot of Scottish players end up going to play for Celtic. That just seems to be like their mecca in some way.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's ready to go back to Scotland. I could see him doing a year or two, somewhere like Italy,
Yeah,
where
that's
it's just
true.
like it's
Yeah.
a slower game, but you can still play, top level football.
I mean, like this season, he obviously has been. It's been him and Kirkez has kind of been winning the minutes duel with him. And there was obviously the rumors that he was going to go to Tottenham in January, which that obviously ended up falling through. I don't know if that would ever be on the cards still,
I'd be
especially if
pretty
they get
surprised, to be
relegated. I would be
honest. Yeah.
surprised. But yeah, it would be honestly like just from the fact that we're in the United States, it'd be cool to see him here in MLS,
Yeah.
see him play there.
Come to
He would definitely
Galaxy.
do a job.
We got space
I would
for
love
you.
that. But yeah, man, I'm bummed. I mean, another big moment for me off the top of my head is that Aston Villa game where he wins the header and he grabs the ball back in like the 88th minute. It's in the 1920 season.
You're talking about he scores the goal and picks the ball up, and then is it Mane who scores like 2 minutes later? Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah, that was an awesome moment.
Yeah. I mean, he's turned up. He makes the like crash the back post runs.
Yeah.
More often than maybe you think across his 9 years. I mean, he's only come up with maybe 20 goals, 15 even.
I mean, even just the relationship between him and Mane, just the overlaps were just. I mean, that was our bread and butter for like 6 years.
Yeah, and the other thing too, he comes on the back of Albi Moreno, who was, hey, we've had worse left backs. Paul Konchesky, John Flanagan, Fabio Aurelio. Actually, Fabio Aurelio wasn't bad, but he just was made of glass.
Right.
So,
Enrique, was he right back?
Jose Enrique, yeah, good call. Yeah. He also sucked. All these. He comes from a legacy of bad players, and he just completely flipped the script.
Right. I think again, coming from relegated Hull, like I think people were just like, "Who are we buying? What is this? Why did we do this?"
Right. You're thinking it's a depth signing, if anything.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, I think that first year he didn't start immediately. Like he was still Moreno was still kind of holding down that left back position, to my knowledge. I think. But yeah, he kind of just came out of nowhere, and he was just like truly like the epitome of a bargain signing. Absolutely, because I don't know how much he cost, but it was definitely I think it was less than 10 million.
Yeah, I think it was 8.
Yeah, so I mean, there you go, man. And he was kind of an Iron Man too, in the respect that he didn't really miss that many games.
Well, look, I'm curious to ask you. We watched a good chunk of the Premier League.
Sure.
Starting in the mid noughties. Best Premier League left back?
I mean, I would say
you're gonna say Ashley Cole, and I'm gonna end the pod. I think.
No, I mean, like since we've been watching.
Oh, no question. Since we've been watching.
Yeah, so like that's all I can really go off of. I mean, was Neville a left back, or was
Neville
a
left back? Evra, another notable left back.
Sure.
João Cancelo, maybe you might throw in as like players in the pantheon of great left backs.
Yeah, he's the best. Why am I waffling? No, he was the best. The best.
I mean, for me, no question.
He's
he has
the best.
record, right, for the most assists. He beats Trent ultimately in the end.
I believe you're right. Yeah, and also he was the best left back in the best Liverpool team. That was the best team in the world for like 3 seasons.
Enough said.
So there you go.
Andy Carlos. I don't know what they called him, but they said he had some Roberto Carlos nickname for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. We can
Roberto
make it
Robertson. Yeah. None of them are really sticking, but
up.
that'll do just fine.
Robbo.
Look, since that
RoboCop.
Hey, I like that.
Okay. I mean, it's too late now. He's leaving, so
since that peak Klopp team, we have 2 players left now. I mean, obviously Mo and Robert, they're still here, but they'll be gone in 6 weeks. And that leaves Virgil and Allison. I mean, do you think start of next season they're both here?
So they triggered Allison's contract.
Okay,
so
I didn't see this. Yeah.
So I think he's here for, I want to say 2 more years.
2 years.
I think. But I mean, given this injury record he's had, I mean, his entire lifetime as a Liverpool player, but also this season as well. I think he's out until like essentially the rest of the season.
Yeah.
He can't kick the ball the same anymore. I mean, he's still an amazing shot stopper, but like I mean, to be fair, I'd rather have him in the team than Mamardashvili at this point.
Georgie.
But I was just gonna ask you about Van Dijk, man. I especially after the season that we're having, like it kind of feels, and we'll get into the comments he made after the FA Cup game with Manchester City. But it just seems that like everyone is just so over this season and this team and them as a group of players, this manager, everything. I also would not be surprised if he just said, "I'm done too." I don't think that's going to happen, but like you said, it's truly crazy. We're down to 2.
We're down to 2. Mean, things are dour right now, and so when you say things like maybe Verge quits. It sounds, I believe it too. I think we just got to get to the summer. I'd be pretty surprised if Virgil announced to you. If anything, he wants, selfishly, he wants his own farewell tour, not the Mo Salah farewell tour.
That's true. That's a good point.
Although the Mo Salah farewell tour is sitting on the bench. Let's talk City real quick. I mean, we're not going to get too far into it because Sunday was awful. Or was it Saturday?
Saturday, yeah.
Saturday was awful, and Wednesday was awful, and we've lost now 3 on the bounce.
Yeah.
We've got Fulham coming up, but let's talk City because there are a couple of things that I think are worth talking about. The first is
like the first 30 minutes.
The first 30 minutes, it was a pretty good start.
Yeah.
It wasn't really translating into great chances. There's the Mo chance that he shanks basically out for a throw.
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like it was just missed opportunities just due to not carelessness. But like, that solid chance that happened. I mean, like Ekitike has a good 1-2 with Wirtz, and he hits it wide up and over. It wasn't on target at all, but that was like a fun chance. And this is the first 30 minutes. Then you have the Salah opportunity where you could argue that he should have passed to Wirtz. He was almost like unmarked running into the box. And there was two defenders in the way of Salah, but the shot, like Salah was at such an angle that was only going wide. So that was a very annoying situation.
I think that he miscontrols it, right? He takes an extra touch and it was just not the right choice.
But like that was a long ball from Mamardashvili. He sees him, launches the ball up towards him. Salah, I think, just gets past Gehi, if I'm not mistaken. And then obviously nothing happens. But
I think it's Kusanov who basically heads the ball back into his path, right?
Oh, right. You're right. Yeah. But we just didn't take advantage. But like it was bright. It was a really, really bright early part of the game. But when you don't put away these chances, even though Manchester City have kind of been a shadow of their former selves, if you give them an inch, they'll take a million miles. They'll take a hat trick. And that's just like, and we're like, we've said this before, where we're so mentally fragile that we give up a goal, James, again, still early. And in the reality of the situation,
not even 40 minutes.
Yeah. Once the other team scores, the game does not stop. You can still keep playing.
You can score again if you want.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. And the heads just drop. And it was just so disappointing to go from that early, like about 30 minutes to essentially going 2-0 down into halftime. So in the span of like 10 minutes.
Was the goal was like 39, I want to say.
So the penalty was the 39th minute.
Yeah. And then they score again in like the 46th.
In stoppage time. Yeah.
But basically they score on 40.
Yeah.
In the 39th minute, it's 0-0.
Dumb penalty from
40 to 57, it is it's 4-0.
Yeah.
I mean, that I think nothing encapsulates the collapse better than that. And I don't think we really need to dig in too much to the rest of the game.
There's just no point.
They just threw the towel in.
It's really disappointing because look, like it was this before knowing what would happen in the PSG game. It was that. So you had two opportunities to like be like, okay, like this is it.
This is the
season
season
of a trophy. This is it. You have a player who just announced that he's going to be leaving in Mo Salah. Just do it. Just get it done. And again, like we said, this Manchester City is not invincible. They have a lot of flaws, but we could not crack that egg, and we're just so fucking pathetic that it was just like once that penalty went in, again from a stupid mistake from Van Dijk. Why did you?
It was a Stonewall pen. Watching it live, I thought maybe not, and then I saw a replay and that was that.
Yeah, and then also like, was it from our throw-in, that second goal? Did it come off our throw-in?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. What we had +1 stoppage time +1. It was like 15 seconds. We have possession.
Right.
It's ridiculous that we concede.
Yeah, it's extremely frustrating, but it's annoying to say that this has just been the mentality of this team
just another brick in the wall
since September, honestly, since the season started. But yeah, that's it. I mean, like, look, we can get into the other goals, but they essentially scored 4. That's it.
No need.
Yeah,
we were shit.
Because after that 35 minutes, we offered nothing. Truly, watching the highlights back, I couldn't tell you of a Liverpool opportunity.
Well, let's fast forward to the end here because we've sort of hinted at it, but Virgil, big Captain Van Dijk, he comes out afterwards and essentially admits, well, I say essentially, he literally admits that they just gave up. They threw the towel in after the third goes in. That's 50 minutes.
Yeah.
If you score the next goal to make it 3-1, I mean, look, this team is bad.
Yeah.
So they weren't going to come back. But when you have 40 minutes left, I don't know. I'm trying to dig into them for throwing the towel in. But hey, I'll be honest too. I turned it off.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, this is for West Coast time is 4:30 a.m. kickoff.
4:45.
Okay, sorry.
You got to hit snooze that one
time. We
time.
also forgot to mention Salah missed another penalty too. So
that was after the 4.
Right.
Yeah.
So like going into the game, once a penalty went in, I was like, all right. And then literally a minute later they score a second. And then it's like, what's the point? I'm not like, you and I are blessed with just the fact that this is not our job. We don't actually have to analyze every single minute of a Liverpool game. So we can just skim it. It's fine. But yeah, it's just like you said.
Not that we do skim it. We pay.
No, exactly. Totally true, James.
It's a close reading when we're watching these games.
Absolutely. We are notes in hand while we're watching these.
I do. In fact, the notes that I take notes, the notebook that I take notes in,
it's filled up.
Was once my stand-up. I would write jokes in there. Now I just write Liverpool's a joke.
How the tables have turned.
Hey, I'm still funny.
Hey man, if you're not laughing,
you're crying.
Yeah, so I saw the comments from Van Dijk, and it was very annoying. And this is also, for greater context, essentially the majority of because this was at the Etihad, this is in Manchester, the majority of the Liverpool fans left after that fourth goal went in, right? So, and then in addition to the Van Dijk comments, Dominic Szoboszlai gets like a little confrontational with some Liverpool fans for not clapping him, instead jeering at him and stuff. And it was just a bad look overall.
Meanwhile, directly at fault for goals today or that day.
Yeah.
Watching dudes run off the back of him, not tracking his man.
Yeah, he didn't have a good game. So, like, yes, if you expect them to clap for your previous goal, like for your previous games, that's not going to happen because this was a game that literally was a do or die situation, and you didn't show up. So, and this is the only opportunity for Liverpool fans to show their dismay for the team. So they're going to do it.
Right. I mean, he's not. I hope he's not reading his DMs. So if you're gonna do a little shit talking, you got to do it at the pitch.
Right. Yeah, his DMs are off.
His DMs are off. I mean, I've done my best to get into him, but no response.
I'm trying to get into his DMs.
Yeah, I'm sliding in. Anyway, that's City.
Yes.
And you thought that we were upset on Saturday. Well, we were.
Did you have any hope?
I had hope that we would lose by
you
one.
You said I still do.
I still do to progress.
Right.
Because I am a fool.
Yeah,
to be frank. But so coming out before we actually talk the City game, because there I think this actually does have a few good talking points. Coming out of the FA Cup tie on Saturday, what were you thinking leading into this Wednesday PSG tie?
Like you said, like it's kind of a blind faith because it's like why even bother supporting?
Why watch if you believe we'll lose?
Why watch? Exactly. Yeah. Like what's the point? So it was just like dumb. It was just a dumb it was just blind faith essentially of like me like we could get something. Like
well, look, things can happen. Things can happen.
To me, a 1-0 loss there was a victory. I thought we could still do something.
I would have bitten your hand off. Is that what the thing? Yeah.
Yeah. You drew blood.
I would have drawn blood for that 1-0. Take it back to Anfield.
Like it's that bad too. You know what I mean? Like I didn't expect much. A very close like 1-goal deficit would have been fine with me. But I'm not a tactics person, but like you could just tell just by like I don't know what Slot could do for this PSG game, and I don't know what the players like mental state given they just said they gave up after 50 minutes. So again, and that was a cup opportunity. That was like a competition, James. Like obviously the Premier League is like great, you should always try hard, but this was like literally like if you beat this team, you progress into the next round for the chance of a trophy.
Right, and you beat City, who's left.
Yeah, and if
Arsenal.
You give up at that, then what? I don't know what's going to happen when you go into this game against truly like the best team in the world at this point.
Well, look, I mean, where we talk about blind faith, PSG's first goal, it's about the 10th minute.
Ugh.
It's a massive fluke. We actually start decently well. They take what I think is a cross, not even a shot, and it takes just a ridiculous deflection and pops into the over Georgie, over Mama.
Yeah.
That's what you're hoping for on
Liverpool.
Your own side, right?
Yeah.
You're thinking, yes, we're the worst team,
fluky
but we might get a fluky deflection.
And absolutely.
And of course, it goes the other way. The team that needs, the least amount of luck in Europe. But so much the opposite compared to Saturday. They respond well. I actually thought that it wasn't a good game and they didn't play well.
No.
But they certainly didn't throw in the towel after that first goal was in.
No, I mean and because for this game, was it a back five? Essentially, they added another defender in Joe Gomez into
right.
This
so
yeah,
we should talk about the lineup because you were saying what can Slot do, and he pulled the ripcord. Because for the first time since Rodgers, I think so. Since Rodgers, when we had like Genie and Emery Chan in our back five. Yeah. We played a back five. We had a back five of Kirkes, Joe Gomez, Van Dijk, Konate, and Frimpong. And Salah stays on the bench, which I wasn't shocked by, but I was still, it was a bold choice.
Yeah, I think just it was kind of like the same thing last time he was benched, in that we just needed more players who could run and press, basically, Like, so you're going to replace, like, you basically don't want to be down a person when you're on the defensive part of the game. Yeah. I mean, like, it's interesting too, because I heard I read things where people were like, happy that he just did something, first of all, like tried something new. And then I also saw people saying like this was just like this is like the last gasp of a manager who's about to be fired. When you go to a back three, back five, whatever, you're basically just like, I'm out of ideas. And
Right,
so
when you forego your principles.
especially when like, because did he? If I'm not mistaken, but was it 14-15 when we played Real Madrid? They
You're
beat
talking
us
about
three
the
0
Rogers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he basically just shows up with like just a completely rotated side. Was that a back 5-2 situation? I don't remember,
I don't know if it was
but
the back five, but that's when he was like switching. It
that
might
was
have been
it.
the back five because he was doing something weird where he would play a box midfield. That was
Right.
like his masterstroke as he walked to his coffin.
Yeah. But like this one, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, when you add an extra defender and you take out a Sala or like a midfielder or whoever, you're basically just you're removing one more person to pass to, you know?
Yep.
So
Yep.
you're basically just burying your own, like digging your own hole in the sense that you're just going to be hunkering down for as long as you can.
Yeah, and you know something that I thought was a little bit odd talking about this back five is it was a 5-2-3, which is to say, it was Gravenberch and McAllister ahead of the back five, and then it
Yeah.
was Verts, Ekatike, and Szoboszlai, and sort of
Right.
like we still had a front three to press in, but then as you see throughout the 90 minutes, if you beat what is basically a lame duck press in the first place,
Yeah.
there's just acres and acres of space between because there's only two men covering an
There's,
entire midfield, and then there's a back five that are flat and deep. It
I
just
mean,
it was not well drilled. It was a he was doing a spaghetti, throw it on the wall, see what sticks situation.
yeah, it's you could definitely tell that, like you said, like I think they defended as best they could, but like they were
Right.
just we should have been beaten 6-0. Like there were so many opportunities for PSG to tear us apart, and if it wasn't for Mamadashvili, who had some great saves,
He did.
or just their own poor finishing, like it could have been a disaster, and it should have been. But like you said, like um, I guess maybe I'm stupid. Like in that way, I guess I would just have packed the midfield just to like, I don't know, create more passing opportunities and like maybe more opportunities to break on the counter. I guess then you maybe it would have Salah in this game because we don't really have any speed, or I guess Rio. I don't know, but
Or Frimpong, but
or
not
Frimpong,
as a
yeah,
right back, but as a
right.
as a winger.
Um, but yeah, I mean, they're just like watching the highlights back. There was just so many wave and wave of PSG attack was basically like they had the run of the midfield.
Yeah,
Like there was
there's
the space between our back five and the forwards was just like
two men
essentially
in
the
there.
middle
It's
part of the
impossible.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And you could fit like every single PSG midfielder right there. So there's so much opportunity for them, and that's why we had like what 20% of the ball. I don't even know what it ended with, but like it just was not a game plan that I don't want
Well,
to say
yeah, we went in there to play dead, but then if you're
yeah,
gonna play dead, then you should have just two rows of five,
right,
and do the full possum, park the bus, and just maybe you'll get something off of a corner. Not that we
yeah,
won many.
right,
Um, yeah, we aren't prepared to defend that sort of rear guard action. We're just like not prepared to do, and at the same
yeah,
time, by making this change, we had just zero threat. I mean,
yeah,
we ended the game with no shots on target, but we ended the first half with zero shots.
right,
It was look, it was the gulf in class between these two teams was so evident. And last season, when we met in the quarterfinal, or not the quarterfinal, but the round of 16,
yeah,
people said that was the final. These are the best two teams in Europe,
right.
and to have fallen so far in a single year, it's
And again, like
flabbergasting.
uh I don't, I can't say I know much of the tactic side, but it's just so crazy how this, I guess we are missing some key players from last season, but it's just so crazy, like the fall from grace that this team has had in comparison to last season. It's just like it's remarkable. Like
Yeah.
you can even just pinpoint Salah, like just, it's just really, really wild. And you can tell, like, even with this game too, that this team, like, is not willing. It just seems like they're not willing to fight for each other. And again, it really it feels like they really want the season to end, which is just not good in terms of the games that we have left. Because you think like
we're still 1 point out of the Champions League places, or 1 point in.
And we need to be, we truly need to be hoping and praying that Aston Villa wins the Europa League. We need to. Because I think it gets
that'll give us an additional
place.
spot. Is that how that's going to work?
I think it would give us 6 as well.
Well, you've done a little bit of research.
I've done some reading. I also could be wrong.
Look, let's wrap this City game up. The PSG game up, because there's one more thing I want to talk about. We make 5 subs, and none of those 5 are Mo Salah.
Yeah, it's very strange.
It was, it felt to me pointed, like Slot was saying something about Mo. I guess at this point he's got nothing to worry about. He's not going to be here next year, and neither is Mo. So
it does seem like that, especially in terms of like from the Slot perspective. It just seems that it's just done. Like it's like he's not even saving face. It's just there's no point. But like. And I'm not really in the camp where like he has to play, like you have to play Salah because it's his last season. But I mean,
I'd play him over Gakpo.
Yeah, play him over Trey Nioni.
Jesus.
Like that is so strange.
Yeah.
And that is just like what are we doing
just
at this
a
point?
little backhand.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm excited. I've said this many times. Excited for the season to be over, James.
You were saying it. I want to say like in November.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, you're on record. You know, we've got the episodes.
Yeah. I don't know. Bummer.
At this point, I'm the same. I'm praying that we end up in the Champions League spot. I think that I can already read the tweets in my mind of FSG deciding we're not making signings. With the X, I can already read the X in my mind, where FSG says, "Oh, we were going to sign Yan Diomande from Leipzig. Is he Leipzig? Yeah. But we lost revenue from the Champions League, and so Chiesa is going to be starting at right this coming season.
I mean, I don't think that can happen. I don't think that will happen, frankly, because now like you have a left back leaving too. I wonder what's going to happen there. Like what are
Tsimikas.
Oh, that's right. Please, I hope not. Konate, like, is he going to sign that? Like, there's a deal on the table.
There's no way.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Do you?
Who else wants him? Real Madrid have pulled out. I don't think any other team wants him.
I think that the Real Madrid have pulled out is oversold.
You think so? Interesting.
Yeah. I think that who wouldn't sign him? He's a good center back for free.
I mean, maybe, but hopefully this bad season has actually helped us, because it would just be nice for him to sign, and then we don't have to worry about that too.
I would love it if we got Jimmy Jackets and Konate as our starting center back pairing next season.
When it's cold out, put on a jacket.
Hey, I feel safe.
Yeah. So I mean, because like I feel like the narrative with that too, missing on Champions League, like the season that we didn't have Champions League, we bought Shabazz like Gravenberch and McAllister. So like sometimes I don't buy that. Like I think there will still be signings that come through the door, because also we just desperately need it, because we're losing 2 players, potentially 3. But maybe they're not signings that are like world breakers. But anyway.
Well, I agree. I mean, we'll make signings, but it may be like of the Iago Aspas vein, as opposed to the Yadio. Hey,
I think we're past that. I think we have smarter people. But
I don't know. Wouldn't you say that Chiesa signing is basically like an Iago Aspas signing?
I mean, I think he's had less to do than Aspas. I think he has less goals.
He's also done more.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm frankly like, I'm a little bit not excited, but I'm morbidly curious to see how this summer goes. Because especially with Slot, if Slot goes,
I'm excited. No, you can say excited.
I know, but like, I think it's more just I'm cautiously optimistic, because we're also going into a summer with the World Cup, so there's no preseason.
World Cup in our backyard. Are there going to be games in Seattle?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
dude, I'm shelling out $6,000 to go to see Egypt play Morocco,
Venezuela,
Iran. Yeah, I don't know. No, I will not be going. But basically, there's just not a preseason, So like if we do get a new manager, like who knows what's going to happen. Also, are you excited about, I know maybe we're off topic. Are you excited about the potentiality of Xabi Alonso coming in?
As in, like, does Xabi himself excite me?
Yeah, I guess just in compare, like him and Slot, like, is he enough of like a needle mover? Obviously, he had that amazing season with Leverkusen going undefeated. Um, but is like, I don't know. I feel like a little bit more tepid than maybe
Look,
a few months
we're in
ago.
a situation, I think, where a change for a
It
change's
has
sake
to
is going to
happen.
be healthy for the club.
Yeah,
As far as Xabi specifically goes, I mean, he's got a track record of making Wirtz and Frimpong
that's
play
true.
really well.
Yeah.
And obviously, we've got both of them. He did play with a back five, but he played with the back four in Madrid.
Yeah, I don't think he's
He's not wedded to
beholden to
that.
that. Yeah.
You know, if it was somebody else, I don't want to like get Iriola from Bournemouth.
No, I
But
don't think that would
if they
work.
pull another slot move, which is to say, they pulled him out of the Dutch league and he was really good on some spreadsheet that they had. If
Yeah.
they make a move like that again, fair enough, great. If
I
it's
wonder.
Xabi, I'll be pumped. I really don't want Xabi to go to City. That's kind of my
Right.
Xabi take, is don't let him go somewhere else in
Yeah,
England.
you'd rather have him come here than go to
Fail
another
for us.
club, obviously. Yeah. I think we might be past the point. Like this season has been just so awful in so many different ways that I think we have to look past the spreadsheet, and it just kind of almost has to be a vibes manager. And I think Xabi is that, where like there needs to be some connection with the fan base for some people, like for people to
Yeah,
be
he brings
excited
that.
about.
Yeah.
Because Slot, like as amazing as last season was, he's not very exciting. He's like a little bit just the opposite of that. So
Yeah,
I,
he's Dutch.
exactly. So I just think, yeah, I don't know if that would happen. I mean, it's going to be very. Are you?
Come on.
Do you think that we could hold on to him? Like we cannot, right? Like
To
that's
slot?
just there's no way.
I think that there's no way. I
There's no
think
way.
that like the sort of levels of toxicity that, I mean,
Yeah.
we've talked about this sort of hypothetical scenario before, but after this has gone as poorly as it has, but we
Yeah.
scraped fifth, right? Because there's definitely no way that he stays if we don't keep fifth place.
Right.
We scrape fifth. We go through the turmoil that is this season. We make a couple signings, and then again, we draw the first two games of next season.
Right. It's bad. It's over.
Yeah, it's over. People are walking out. I mean,
it's Rodgers territory. You're basically just like you're gonna see how it plays out. But I think it would be pretty awful if you were to just give him even.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure that it's fair. We at the beginning of the season, as in you and I, but we as a fan base
Right.
were saying like you can kind of write the season off after Diogo's passing because
A lot of people
what
were saying that. Yeah.
because what else could you really think? I mean, I don't know. It's bigger than football, put it that
Right.
way. But now here we are 9 months later, and the season has been shitty.
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't think that it's necessarily fair the way that we all feel, or at least that fans in general feel about Slot. But it may just be that fair or not fair. You just need a fresh voice
Right. Yeah.
to
I
put the
agree.
situation behind you.
Yeah. It'll be very interesting. I'm like I said, I'm excited. Sure.
You can say it.
I do think, yeah, if we get, it is one of those situations though where if we get fifth, it's not on us. I think it's going to be around the surrounding team. Like we're going to have to hope and pray that other teams fail around us for us just to be in the Champions League
Well,
conversation.
the fact that we're in fifth now, I mean, we
It's so
played
crazy.
we played Wolves, Spurs, and Brighton. We got 1 point, and we moved up a position.
I mean, we play Fulham. I'm extremely nervous. I mean, like,
Well, hey, you took
we're
the words
gonna
right out of my mouth. We got to talk Fulham now.
go ahead.
Let's do a little preview. Last time we played Fulham, I actually just heard this.
Yes.
Slot has played Fulham 3 times and
Okay.
failed to beat him.
There you go.
Beat them, and that's interesting too, considering last season. I mean, he was beating everybody. He did the double over City. So we haven't managed to beat Fulham. We had a ridiculous Harrison Reed goal this year.
Yeah.
Actually, can you remind me, because I wish that I knew?
What's up?
Where is this? Away?
This
Craven
is
Cottage.
no. This is at home.
It's at
This is
Anfield.
Anfield.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. Interesting.
So that'll be an interesting reception too. Just to see like.
Oh, that's
given,
right. Yeah, with the like the ticket price.
That's right.
Scandal.
They're gonna protest.
Yeah. There's gonna be no flags, and I imagine there will be a walkout too. So
that should be
just
really
what we
great.
needed.
But I mean, it's their own fault. I mean, we haven't beaten Fulham since the 23-24 season, so they have our number in a sense, and they're extremely good, and they're bastards. You know,
I mean, extremely good is putting it strongly, but we're extremely bad.
Yeah. Okay. In comparison, they're extremely good. But hey,
I'm curious. Hey, do you think Mo starts?
No.
Really?
I don't know.
He must. Yes, absolutely, 100%.
You think so?
If only
Okay.
because he didn't play on Wednesday. He's fresh.
Then yeah, give him the keys. Give him the keys. Give him the start.
Keys to the city.
Yeah. So, City play Chelsea, James. We absolutely need City to smack Chelsea around, which I think they're more than capable. I mean, Chelsea they have one win in their last 5, and that was against Port Vale, who I think are a League 2 team. So
yeah, that checks out. Port Vale almost beat Arsenal.
Did they?
No, I think I'm just thinking of Chelsea, honestly.
Yeah.
Was it that was actually a tighter game than it doesn't matter.
It was 7-0.
Who am I thinking of? Wrexham, maybe? Wrexham almost beat them. That went to extra time.
But I mean, in terms of them, I mean, look, Aston Villa play Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest are on the cusp of relegation. You know, they're only 4 points above the relegation zone.
Are they not in the relegation zone? Oh no! It's West Ham.
It's West Ham, Burnley, and Wolves.
Yeah.
And then we got Everton, James, playing Brentford. So that'd be interesting. Two
That's
teams
useful
below
for
us. That is useful for us. So one of those teams will drop points, or both.
Maybe both.
Oh God, why are we doing this?
Well, look, like you said at the beginning of the ep.
Yes.
Blind optimism.
Yeah.
What's going to happen this weekend?
We will beat Fulham 2-1.
I love it. I love to hear it. Who's going to score?
I need Wirtz to fucking step up. I need him to score a goal.
Yeah, he's take a shot.
Pissing me off. And frankly, if we paid too much. Oh, Isak.
Frankly,
Isak could also play too.
Isak won't start, but
he won't start.
He might get 20 minutes.
Maybe. That would be very nice.
I would love to see him stretch his legs a little bit.
Let's get a freaking Wirtz Isak 2-1 victory, please. Come on. Let's sing. Let's
music to
get
my ear holes.
About. But it'll probably end up being 2-2 again, or 2-2 draw. Yeah.
I think that's the most likely, but I'll stick with you on this 2-1. I mean, Virgil, he's got a couple good games left in his back pocket.
We need a clean sheet. That would be
I don't think George has gotten one, so let's get him one, you know?
That's true, yeah. He's going to start this game. I mean, we haven't had one since the Galatasaray game, so...
Oh, he played in that one, I think.
No, that was Allison.
That was Allison. Okay, great. Well, hey, it's been a long few days.
Oh, man.
And some people, they might be like, hey, I would love some way to just take a load off.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the ways to do that is to get more Redheads content. Where would you send that person?
Oh, you're asking about content?
I'm asking about content, and I'm asking that you tell me where you get it.
My ears perked up when I heard content. Folks,
I could tell your headphones just lifted a little bit.
Conehead. You're looking for pictures of players and pictures of when episodes come out. Check out the Instagram page at Redheads Podcast. It's there in all its splendor. Check us out. Send us a DM. Just like a post too. You know, that's also fun to do.
Double tap.
If you're looking for video content, well, look no further than the YouTube page, Redheads on YouTube. And then podcast, you know, wherever you find podcasts, Spotify, Apple, name another one, James. Pocket Casts.
Octocast.
Octocast. where you're going to find all the episodes. You're going to find James and I just freaking blabbing on about this team, whether we want to or not. And you can leave a review in some of those podcast apps of your choice. So do that.
5-star
won't
review.
you?
Why not?
Absolutely.
Ian,
yes.
That was nice and concise.
Thank you so much.
I could not have said it better myself. In fact, I won't even try it.
James, I got one thing left to say.
I'm curious, what do you think it's going to be?
The world's on fire, and there's only one thing. Christmas is, it's far away, but there's only one thing I want for Christmas.
Do you know what I'm thinking? You exactly what it is that you want.
Oh, boy. Santa, won't you bring a little peace?
Redheads. Redheads. Redheads.
So sick. So sick.
Redheads.